Hello, everybody, and welcome to Open House 2020. I'm Mr. Hamilton, and I teach Algebra 2, Excel, and Honors. Tonight's topics include a little bit about myself, the available support that your student has, and the three-legged stool, which is all of us working together. A little bit about myself. I grew up, the majority of my childhood was spent in Texas. I bounced back and forth between Houston and Dallas a couple of times, and ended up graduating high school in Connecticut outside of New York City. Um, but I did like Texas so much that I decided to go to college there. I went to Texas A&M University for my undergraduate degree. I got a Bachelor of Science in Petroleum Engineering. I went in to the program in 1981 when it was a really hot field, and I graduated in 1985 when the price of a barrel of oil was under $10, so not a lot of jobs at that time. So I decided to go straight into graduate school. I went to Indiana University for a master's in business in marketing. And then once I got that degree, I was able to finally get out into the oil and gas industry. I had a number of sales and marketing and management positions there for about 15, a little more than 15 years. And then suddenly had a course correction. At the time, I was working and traveling overnight, and my wife was also working and traveling overnight. And we had two boys under the age of 5, and we were having to arrange daycare and night care for them. And that was more than I would like to experience, and wasn't really the vision I had as being a father. So I'd always wanted to be a teacher and coach, and fortunately, my wife supported me through that. And I decided to change careers and become a teacher and coach. In 2005, I was able to get a job at LT, and I've been here ever since. All that time has been spent at South Campus, teaching all levels and classes that are offered there. And then I also coach boys, freshman, sophomore golf in the fall, boys, sophomore basketball in the winter, and badminton in the spring. That is when these sports are available. Uh, my wife and I live in the evil empire on the other side of 294, and both of my sons graduated from Hinsdale Central and then went on to the University of Iowa. One has graduated already, and the other one is a junior. All right, so now we're going to talk about the available support that your student has in this class, and it all starts with quality 2-column notes. The page in their spiral is divided by a line down the middle, and then over on the right-hand side of the notes, we've got vocabulary words, diagrams, explanations, processes, whatever the case may be. It's all listed on the right-hand side, and then on the left-hand side of the notes, we've got example problems from the homework bank that they're going to be working on next, so that if they have a question on number 26, they can go back into their notes, read up on the explanations, and look at the example 25. Then they get, at the beginning of the chapter, they get a trail map, and this is the document that will carry them through the chapter. We've got test and quiz dates. We've got objective numbers, and then actual objectives. There's anywhere from 20 to 25 of those per chapter, and these are exactly what they need to know to be successful in this chapter. So there's no mystery, there's no games, it's all transparent. These are the things they need to know. They can also rate themselves at the current time as to where they are in the learning of those objectives. The next column over is the section from the book that it deals with, and then the last column is the suggested problems that they would do for homework to reinforce the learning. So the trail map is a very important document. Then they have this homework template. It's available in Canvas as a referral, but all their homework is to be done in the spiral in order like a journal. They have their heading up here, done in pencil. They've got the section number and a big HW, and then they list the problems that they're going to work on during this assignment, line down the middle. They work the problems vertically and box their final answer, and then key part is once they complete all the problems, they have to go into the answer key and grade them. So they would use a different color marker or pen to grade them. Star means, yes, I got it right. X means I got it wrong. And if they got it wrong, they have to go and correct that on the next clean sheet in their spiral. That is a great tool to study for quizzes and tests, to go back and look at all the ones they got X's on the first time, make sure they can do them this time. This is a little bit of a rigid program, but with over 100 students, everybody doing it a different way, it's hard to, sometimes keep track of. And also the answer keys are in this format, so it makes it easier for them to grade when they're done. Then here's the answer key, the worked out solutions. Every section, it's in their Canvas modules, left to right, going down the page, shows the worked out solutions. So they have a chance to get feedback right away from the key. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? If I got it wrong, let's see why I got it wrong. So they're expected to go in and grade their homework. There are also Quizlets available. These are electronic flashcards for every chapter, anywhere from 20 to 30 of these. They've got the topic on the front and then the explanation on the back, and they can use these to study for quizzes and tests. They can do them on their own or with a partner, and there's also other fun little games other than just turning it front and back. Then there's extra help as well, and the first and foremost is during a lesson, they have all kinds of ways of asking questions. They can raise their little blue hand in the Zoom protocol. They can just ask the question, just verbally ask it. They can send me a private chat message that I can see while I'm teaching, and I can answer privately. They can also send a public chat question that everybody can see, and maybe everybody can benefit. But they have a ton, 75 minutes that they have chances to ask for help. They also have classmates, anywhere from 20 to 24 other classmates that they may know from a previous class or a sport or a different school, that they feel comfortable asking questions of. They probably get a more immediate response outside of class because I coach after school. And then sometimes also just a different twist of an explanation from a peer as opposed to a teacher. Sometimes that's enough to get them to break through their problem. There are also teachers' assistants available. These are volunteers that have stepped up and said, we'd be willing to help our classmates. There's 4 or 5 of them. They can send them an email and get the dialogue started there. Again, they're going to be available after school when I'm not. They're very nice and very knowledgeable, and it's kind of like the drop-in center when we had school active. They can also send me an email that I can retrieve in the evening, and maybe I can answer their question and get them propelled to finish their assignment. But they can also arrange for a Zoom before school on Tuesdays through Fridays from 7:45 to 8:45. I open up the classroom and they join in and they can ask any questions that they want. What is expected from the students? Number 1, most important key to success, homework done properly every night. This means in the spiral, completed, graded like we've shown, and corrected any ones that are missed. Also to ask questions when needed. Again, their question will help themselves but could help others as well. And then the being willing and able to work well with others. We do breakout rooms with smaller groups, and it's nice to see them collaborate to get work done. The 3-legged stool, this is you as parents, me as the teacher, and the student working together, all of us, to promote the success of your student. Everybody wants them to succeed. So to do that, all I ask is be involved, offer praise, and encourage them through what they may have some tough times. Just help them work through that. If you are concerned about anything, the first step is to ask your student if they're doing their homework properly every night. So a lot of times that will clear things up and just get them back on doing the homework. But there is a second stop, and that is for the student just to approach me and ask, what can I be doing better to help myself in this class? And that will trigger a conversation about how things are going, what they like, what they don't like, what they think they need that I'm not providing, how's their spiral looking. All those things we can talk through and find common ground to help things get better. And if that doesn't work, there is a third stop, and that is for all of us to get together. We're probably going to have to do a Zoom conference in today's environment, but we'll all get together and dig down and find out what's the problem, and then put a plan together to help them get back on the road to success. So that is all I have. Thank you for attending this year's open house. If you need to reach me, the best way is through email at bhamilton@lths.net. Thank you.